the story behind Nas's first single.
Yeah, with Halftime, the music, well, it was early 90s, so the music was this grunge, this dirty, dusty, alleyway kind of, sound. That's the kind of music the rap music that I was liking around that time. So when I heard the track for Halftime, I knew that would be that'd be something good for the time. I was basically saying like halftime to me meant like if you're at the Super Bowl and there's a big show, it's just like something different from what you're watching, from the game that you're watching.
There's some rhyme schemes on there that most rappers to this day probably can't do. And that's one of the things that has made Nas so great over his career. Like when he, cause when I blast the herb, that's my word. I'll be slaying them fast, doing this, that, and the third. But chill past the entree and let's lay. I back up at John Jay and hit a matinee. He was rhyming entire sentences. And I'm like, what the is this?
Now the Halftime beat was made for me by Large Professor.
Wow.
In Flushing Meadows in Queens at his crib. I kind of mentioned that, and when disaster strikes,
hey, bouncing out the Flushing, check extra P by the boom, weed from a Russian.
When I made the mention of going to Flushing Meadow to check extra P, buy the boom weed from a Russian, it was me on my way to Large Professor crib. I used to pick up me a little bag of weed from this Russian dude's over there not too far from his building. Wow. And I would go to his crib, and he would make these beats in front of me. And sometimes I figured it out. Yeah. And sometimes I didn't, and Halftime was one of those moments I didn't figure it out. So when I heard it on Illmatic album, I was like, oh shit.
Where does Halftime rank among your favorite Nas tracks?
If you love music, check out the music-inspired t-shirt at k2store.com.